And that is me. The thing is, I can't become an artist if I never do art, obviously. I can't become an artist if I'm too afraid of opening a sketchbook and doing something. This is why this month I want to do a personal curriculum, just art edition. Nothing fancy, just very small steps. So small, in fact, that it would be too embarrassing for me not to finish them. And that's kind of the point for this. I may not have to introduce you to the idea of a personal curriculum. There are a lot of videos out there, and I love this thing. I like that it's kind of like a different spin on setting up goals, but basically, it's what it sounds. If you want to learn something, if you want to grow, if you want to get better at something, just do it in a way or set everything up in a way as it were like an academic curriculum. So you have courses, you have lessons, you have everyday practices, and you can modify it, you can tailor it for as long or as short as you want. So basically, if you want to learn something, if it's something for personal development, you can do it in this way. And in my version, I want to learn how to do art. However, I'm just going to do it for 1 month. And it's not going to focus on the big things. It's not going to focus on what I want to do eventually in the future. It's going to focus on what I can do right now, which is not a lot actually. But the simple things that I can do are showing up, being accountable, just sitting at my desk, just opening a book, just doing a simple doodle, whatever it is. These are the things that I can control right now. Later on, I can learn a lot about, color mixing and color composition and anatomy and a lot of things that for now sound very overwhelming for a complete beginner like me. So yeah, right now it's about the small, tiny, itty bitty wins. If I can do that, I can move forward basically. Now, in the past, I've tried to achieve big goals. I've tried to set up big goals for myself. For example, I tried to sketch faces, like human faces, for 30 days on a row. And at the beginning, it was fine. At the beginning, I would set up my computer, I would watch a tutorial, I would follow it. That was fine. But then I just wanted to make it perfect, and I noticed that I spent more time erasing my mistakes than just sketching. And sometimes it would take me 20 minutes, sometimes it would take me an hour, sometimes it would take me 2 hours. And it was difficult to do that every single day. So I followed through for a couple of days, and then I just couldn't anymore. But I said, okay, maybe I don't have to do the 30 days in a row. Maybe I can just skip a couple of days and just complete 30 days whenever I can. I did that for a while, and it still was too big, too overwhelming for me. And I just kind of froze, analysis paralysis, like it's a real thing. I just kind of started to procrastinate, and I never really finished. I think I got up to like maybe 15, 14, something like that phases. And I never finished. And the thing is, even if it was like this small personal goal, like in a big from a big point of view, it doesn't really matter, like my life didn't change, but I still felt bad about myself. I felt like, like a failure, I guess, because if I can't do this thing, how am I going to become an artist if I can't even sketch for 30 days, right? And that's the thing. Right now, I'm not going for the big goals. I'm not going for the practice every day. I'm not going for the get better, so much better than you were. Like, I am just going for the showing up wins, the doing basically the bare minimum. If I can do that, then I'm done. Or, for example, I also wanted to learn how to use gouache. And that was my goal. I'll learn how to use gouache. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm just going to paint every day. I'll just do that, follow tutorials, and it'll be easy breezy till it wasn't, basically. Why? Again, it was just too big of a goal. My goal was fixed. I couldn't feel accomplished until I learned how to use gouache, which is basically like, how do you even measure that, right? Um, so I started to do some paintings, I guess, every day, but I kind of hated what I was doing. I was just too embarrassed of my little paintings. I was a bit frustrated because I wasn't getting any better, obviously. And again, I left it. I never really continued with that. And now my gouache paintings are just there, drying up. Unusable now, I guess. Okay, so why a personal curriculum? Why is this time going to be different? Hopefully. One thing, okay, a personal curriculum, I think, is not going to focus on the end point. Goals are more, in my mind, about the finished thing, about what you can accomplish at the end. And personal curriculum is more about the everyday, is more about the practice, and it's more flexible as well. You can switch courses, you can make it longer, you can just tailor it more to your liking. If I say I want to learn how to use gouache, that is very vague, very big, almost unattainable, because when do you really finish? When do you really finish knowing how to use gouache? You can always keep learning, right? So, in my version of my personal curriculum, I am going to have these two ideas in mind. My personal curriculum is going to be small, easy, and very flexible. Small, easy, and imperfect. That's my mantra for this, basically. So the courses are going to be three. Course number one, sketching. Course number two, coloring. Course number three, inspiration. Course number one, sketching. This is the most difficult for me mentally. Um, Again, I need to leave behind the perfectionism and just do. I know everyone starts like this. I know everyone has to do bad art until they do good art, but it's still difficult. Anyways, sketching. What do I need to complete this course? You're going to laugh, but in order to complete this course, I need to sketch for 5 minutes a week. That is it. Just 5 minutes a week, and I'm going to be done. I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds dumb. How am I going to get better if I never practice, or if I practice 5 minutes? But that's kind of the point. It needs to be so ridiculously small. So 5 minutes in a week. Now, bonus points or extra credit if I do at least one of those sketches. It's outside. If I go to a cafe, if I go to the beach, if I'm at work, wherever, if I sketch outside, I'm going to get extra points. Perfect. Course number two, coloring. Now, I used to color a lot. I used to color every day. I used to color for hours at the time. And I have multiple coloring books and a lot of coloring material. And it's just sitting there untouched now. I barely ever color anymore. And I don't know why. But I want to get back into it. So, in this course, I just need to complete one coloring page. Just one coloring page in 1 month. Now, this is going to take a bit more than the sketching, a bit more time, just because the coloring books that I have are a bit intricate. And I need to complete a whole page using different media, mixed media. And it needs to be something that I like. It needs to, like, the end result needs to be something that I at least feel a little bit proud of. Now, bonus points or extra credit if that coloring page is Halloween themed, or Day of the Dead themed. Now, course number 3. This is the easiest one. I just need to find inspiration. How? Well, basically wherever and whenever I can. I can go to an art exhibition. I can look at street art. I can go to a museum. I can even find inspiration online. I can pin a lot of artists that inspire me. This is just to get back into the groove of wanting to do things, of wanting to do art. Back in the day, I was so concerned and I was so into colors and into figuring out new and exciting color palettes. And I would close my eyes and see a lot of colors everywhere. And that never happens anymore. So I want to get back into that groove of just thinking about colors every day, all day long. There are no extra credits for this. It's just find inspiration, report what I see, report what I find, I guess. And that's it. 3 basic cores, very little to do, a lot to gain though, a lot to gain. Nothing fancy. And just things that I already know how to do. I don't need to learn how to do anything else. I just need to do them. I just need to sit at my desk. I just need to be accountable. Now, all of this sounds very simple, and I guess it is in a way, but it's still scary. For a complete beginner like me, for someone that's starting from zero, any little thing, it feels huge. It feels big. And also, I'm doing it online. I'm doing it, I'm filming myself. I'm doing it in English. English is not even my first language. So everything, it feels scary. And also, I am almost 40, and I'm 40, and I just want to learn how to do art. I know that I'm never going to be as good as someone that started when they were 5. I know I'm never going to be as good, as someone that's been doing this for all of their life, but I still want to do it. And it kind of sounds ridiculous. I know it sounds ridiculous. 40, and I don't even know how to draw a face. But I'm still going to do it. I don't know why, but I'm still going to do it with the idea of maybe someday, hopefully, becoming an artist, I guess. I don't know. If you've been stuck, if you've been on this phase of trying to start something, whatever it is, if you're just stuck on planning, on perfection, and not knowing how to take the first step, just stick around. I'll report back whether to see whether these goals are actually achievable or not. And maybe you can feel inspired. Maybe you can feel like you want to start your own thing. And if not, you can just laugh at my doodles. Either way, you win. And that's it. This is my little tiny experiment on showing up, on doing small little tiny wins, on collecting those little wins, collecting them, so I feel more confident, I feel more empowered, I get inspired, and I get that little itch in me again of wanting to do art every day, every single day, basically. So that is it. This is Toonie Toons. She will be rooting for me, right? And hopefully someone else will. I don't know. Even if one person watches this, that is like enough for me to be or to feel accountable. And that would be even if my boyfriend is the only one watching this, which in that case, thank you, babes. But even if that's the case, it's still better than just feeling accountable to someone. It's still better than just not feeling accountable while doing it by myself. So yeah,